Okay, so we talked about the AI value chain and we tried to understand where the value is for this new AI venture. So I made this graph where we were discussing about chips. Then we have assemblers that put together chips and other components to make servers. Servers made data centers that company like AWS, Microsoft make available to their customer through the cloud. And then the clouds are also needed to build up some AI models such as OpenAI, Mistral, Meta, Tesla, driving models. And then we have the final utilizers that might be enterprise software, but also consumer software. So last time I told you we are gonna deep dive into the users of this AI and let's see who has the most edge, who has some competitive advantage, and so forth. First of all, we need to make a split, right? So when we look into the final user of the technology, we see that we have enterprise software. They tend to sell their softwares to, of course, enterprises. So it's a B2B business. And then we have consumer software. They tend to use AI and sell product directly to the final users. Okay. So let's deep dive into enterprise software. And it's going to be quite a messy slide, but it's very useful to understand also the weights of this company in the field. So in the enterprise software landscape, we have these major areas, right? So first of all, we're gonna see these boxes. In these boxes represents a specific software areas that requires different skills, and on each of these boxes, basically, you can plug some AI capabilities that might be really interesting and relevant and might increase substantially. I mean, what is the productivity of people and so forth. So let's start from productivity on the top left. Productivity, of course, are the software required to employees to work, like Office, like Teams, like Outlook, and so forth. And it's not, I mean, by chance that I'm mentioning Microsoft products because Microsoft here is, of course, the king. Of course, the total addressable market is 81 billion. Will probably grow. I mean, it's quite stable. It's hard to expand, but with these AI capabilities, this product can command higher fees, higher prices, and so it can also explode. I mean, besides Microsoft, we have also Google with their productivity suite. We have Adobe with their productivity suite, for example, Photoshop, just to mention. That we have Zoom, and then we have Salesforce with their Slack. Okay, so they made an acquisition to be part of this game. Let's move on. Then there is the CRM. CRM total addressable market $95 billion. Here, I mean, the big boy in town is Salesforce, right? So they basically invented the cloud CRM and they are basically leading in this field. But also Microsoft is very strong. Then, if we look at some marketing campaigns operation, Adobe is a very important player. We have ServiceNow that is very good for the post sales, maybe for the customer service, by the way. And then we have some other player that were, I mean, are mostly legacy player like SAP. This is more and more disappearing, and Oracle as well. Okay, so they used to be there or even before cloud was a thing. Okay, let's move on then. So I hear a lot of guys say Palantir is the operating system of the companies. Completely false. What can be more similar to an operating system is the ERP, okay? The Enterprise Resource Plus planning software. Here we have an $82 billion, so it's smaller, the CRM, and the big, I mean, the company that you will find in every company in the world is SAP. So they have a lot of software. So for example, when you run a manufacturing company, you might need some software to manage your bill of material, SAP, or also Oracle, also Microsoft. But you need it. If you are a financial institution, you need an ERP, for instance, to manage your financial transaction, SAP, Oracle, Microsoft, probably IBM, legacy. Okay, probably you need something for the supply chain, SAP, Oracle, Microsoft, ServiceNow. You need something for human resources, ADP, Workday, SAP. Okay, so this is the ERP market, and really these are the application that the company need to exist, right? So they cannot exist without the ERP nowadays. So it's super important. Palantir is not there. So to everybody says, oh, Palantir is the operating system. Palantir does not exist. And let me tell you something. For example, all the management for the booking for the online for the flights, right? It's very old. It's based on IBM, and the IBM technology, I mean, was started basically probably in the 70s, right? So it's like 70-year old, if not more. So you can understand that they are not changing it because they don't know. They cannot do it. There are better solution out there, but they cannot simply use because probably, I mean, they don't know if the global flight system will work if they remove the IBM. So they don't want to. So they stay with this very old technology. Of course, it's modernized, but it's still based on very old concepts. The same applies, for example, in banks. There are still banks using IBM, very old mainframe. But what can they do? Can they just, throw out all the customer data if something goes wrong? So that they're just doomed. So they will never switch to something else. Never, right? Okay, let's move on. Now we have these analytics platforms. So basically, analytics take all the data for all the systems. So they are not operational. The other systems are operational. They make the business run. Analytics is meant to, access this data, probably copy them, and then to use it to make a decision, to visualize, to understand what the business is doing. And here we have, I mean, it was not invented today or yesterday by Palantir. It was there, okay? And here, the legacy player are Oracle, SAP, I would say MicroStrategy, Microsoft as well. So they tended, to have an analytics platform on top of the system that they used to sell. So, for example, SAP sell an ERP. Why don't you buy also an analytics system from SAP, right? So that's how it works. But then, when we look at the landscape, you have also Snowflake, right? Snowflake is a very interesting company, growing very fast. And you have Databricks that is not publicly listed, but is the most interesting company right now. Then, of course, on the cloud companies, you have Microsoft, Google, AWS. They are providing very, very, very well equipped data cloud platforms that have very good performance. Then, of course, we have Palantir with two customers, I don't know, five customers. So it's a very niche player. Does not command anything in this field. Yeah, AI, of course, can use to interpret some data, can it be used also to make access to data so you can make questions directly to your system and have an answer directly from the platform. For example, Microsoft has its own copilot on their Fabric suite, and basically you can ask, okay, well, what were revenue last year, and you're gonna have your answer. Okay, now I split the AI platform in a separate box, right? It's 24 billion, so it's small. And yeah, you have the platform that help customers build their own AI, right? So probably they don't want to use, for example, the models that SAP, Salesforce made available. So for example, SAP might make available a model to do demand forecasting, for example, or dynamic pricing. They say, okay, I want to build my own because I have my own data. I can be more accurate. Or the same for Salesforce. They might offer you a recommendation engine, a churn prediction. The customer might say, let me build myself because I have some skills, because I want to be more accurate again. Here, normally, I mean, the most rewarded company have been historically Google, IBM with its Watson. By the way, it's perceived nowadays as a legacy player. Google has its Vertex AI platform, Microsoft as its AI Foundry, AWS the Bedrock. Salesforce, I mean, it's not really a pure play, but as its Einstein platform. So I mean, there are a lot of players in town. It's not invented by Palantir. Palantir is also a player with five customers as usual. The big name in town now is Databricks. I mean, all the data scientists, data engineers, they want to use Databricks. It's the place to go for them. So if I want to bet there, I would bet on Databricks or the usual suspects like Google, Microsoft, AWS, they are growing as usual. Okay, let's move to the big chunk of the enterprise market, databases, right? So they are so of course they are so boring, but actually where the money is 146 billion. Here the big boy is Oracle. Oracle provides both the server but especially the database software. So you need database because probably in your company you are building your own application because it's specific for your business, or you are purchasing some application from small suppliers and they don't have their own database. They need to use a third-party database that might be Oracle. Most of the cases, Microsoft with SQL Server is comparable as importance. And then, of course, we have also Google, AWS, SAP, but more less diffuse than these other. Then there are also a lot of open source database that by definition are for free, but they have also their premium edition that you need to pay. Then we have this MongoDB. I think it's super interesting because MongoDB is a company that people don't talk a lot about that, but is listed at the Nasdaq. Let's have a look. So if we look at the got listed in 2017, it's up 800 from that. Then they had the classical hype cycle like Palantir is having right now. So basically they went all the way up to how much was this? Like in a few years they went 200% up in basically 1 year. And so now, and then they collapsed, right? And now they are starting over. Why this happened? Because this kind of company might increase very rapidly in their growth. So, for example, if we look at the revenue growth year over year, we see that they reach peaks like 78%. It's a lot. And still, almost, I mean, 3 years ago, they were still growing at a 50% range. While, I mean, the nice Palantir now is considered exceptional because it's growing 36%. Okay, it's point of views. Okay, let's go back here. So we have this database with this very big total addressable market, and then we have the biggest of all, the cybersecurity is becoming more and more interesting. Why this even exists? Well, because when you have your enterprise, your data, basically your company is based on the IT, and you need something to monitor, to secure. You have your scope, right? Your perimeter where you put all your application on your own subscription, on a cloud service, or on your server farm. So you need to secure all of this to monitor, to improve, to make sure that everything works. And then you need cybersecurity, networking, and so forth. And here the total addressable market is very big. Here is 250 billion, but it's even more, right? Here again, big players in town. Microsoft, Broadcom is very strong. CrowdStrike for sure. Zscaler, Fortinet, Dynatrace, but Google as well, AWS, Datadog for monitoring is very good. Very good. Datadog, another company that I'm covering, and Datadog basically last year has grown not that much, but if we focus just the last month has gone parabolic, right? Like 30%, 40% from November to December. I mean, it's a company again with a hype cycle. So all these companies used to grow so fast during during the 2020. And if we look at the price to sales ratio, they reached 50 price to sales ratio. Remember, Palantir's nowadays is like 80, right? Or 90. By the way, is almost double this number. And so you might say, okay, but Palantir is growing 36%. Let's look at how much was Datadog growing back then. Was growing 82%. So guys, Palantir is a maxi bubble. It's a maxi bubble, like the biggest bubble of all time. Okay. Okay, now let's see some facts, right? So first of all, you might have noticed Microsoft is the only player that basically has a part in every boxes. So basically, you can build your complete IT infrastructure only partnering with Microsoft. So this means that it's very easy for Microsoft to, make like cross-selling. You are already at the customer side from Office, then you say, okay, why don't you buy also the CRM Dynamics? I will provide you with a discount, for example. The same also for Salesforce. That I mean, they are also they are in many areas. Palantir is a niche player. They have five customers. Then Ives says, "Oh, Palantir is the new Oracle." Then Ives should drink less wine, I think. Okay. Then I tell you something. All the segments are related, right? So data produced by CRM or ERPs can be used by analytics and AI platform, and are, by the way, all are controlled by cybersecurity services. So what does it mean? It means that if you have a CRM from Microsoft, it is natively integrated with their analytic platform. So you are going to probably prefer to use their platform. You don't want to buy third-party service, right? The same if you have Salesforce, probably you want their data platform. Uh, I mean, that how it works. There are commercial facts. It's not just, oh no, this product is the best, Palantir is the best product in the world. No, there are commercial things that are happening at customers, and they don't care about the best product. Probably they don't even want to become the data-driven company or to put the key of the company in the hand of Palantir. So that what is actually is happening. Then the other thing is that customer can deploy their software on their own server in case they can have HPE, sorry for the mistake, Dell, Oracle, or on cloud service, AWS, Microsoft, Google, Oracle. So AWS, Microsoft, Google will always win. There's no way they're gonna lose. They were win all the time. Now, so this is very interesting. Now, coming back here, we have the consumer software. So enterprise software, we saw how AI can be improved. They can basically increase their price, right, or their product, because they say, okay, we have this feature. We allow you as a customer to improve your productivity. Give us money. Or we can see more customer building their own AI models, running more on AI. Okay. We see that there are a lot of customers that have a big position already in the market, and they are not gonna leave it for Palantir. They are not. They are commanding. They are very smart people. They are not, fresh to the game. Microsoft was there still 50 years and is still the most successful. So, guys, forget about Palantir. You are in a herd game, right? Then, when we move to consumer software, well, this is very interesting because this company knows how to use AI to improve their profitability. So, since currently we are talking mostly about large language models, so models that can really interact with language, with things, with facts, with people that are writing things, Meta, I think, is very well positioned. In fact, its profitability is increasing so fast. They are making more and more money. This is a very good company beneficiary. Apple is very slow. I think Apple is kind of doomed. I mean, they are making a lot of money, tons of money, and they will keep money, but they don't grow. I don't see them growing very soon. Amazon, they are improving a lot their service with their own cloud, so they are very well positioned. The same applies for Google. Netflix already as is a company, is an AI native company. They always have also decided which series to do by using AI. Okay. Tesla use AI for their hype machine, so they are basically building this ADAS, so their system to assist drivers on it will never be autonomous, according to me. So the price will drop. Optimus will never work, as they are saying. So again, but by the way, they are building AI stuff somehow. Shopify can use AI. Yes, I'm not super aware, but for sure they will. Microsoft for their MSN Outlook, yes. And then there are these some nice company that I just sold, but they made me a lot of money. So Toast, let me show you, is a stock for a company that basically provides software that are available for restaurants and so forth. And it grows very nicely. Last year, 100%, and the revenues are growing very fast, very fast. And then we have also SEMrush that I have owned for a lot of time, and it always go up and down. And then I sold recently, but still is growing. I hope I will have some other another opportunity to buy this company at lower prices. So guys, subscribe please and share this video with whoever you think might be interested. Uh, Put a like because I really need it, and see you soon.